Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today got some big stack of records, so that's some really cool finds, and got this pretty crazy lot off of eBay, shipped from Japan, and some really cool stuff in there. Real quick before I get started, I opened up channel memberships on my channel, so if you want like early access to content by a couple days or a week, I don't know, if you want to support me financially, you can do that now if you so please. Not any sort of requirement. There will be nothing that is like exclusive to it. It's just the early access. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. It took me a while to be comfortable with the idea of even asking, but I figured, if you want to, you can. I'm not trying to force you, and I definitely didn't want anything to be exclusive on there. But yeah, let's just get started. I'm gonna pull out some heat right away. This is The Doors' Strange Days, and this is a mono press. I got this off eBay for like a steal. This is a really good price, and it's got the inner sleeve and everything. Not the cleanest copy. It actually looked a bit worse than the pictures on eBay and as described, but plays great, and I gotta say, I love the mono mix. You miss like the stereo effects. There's like a lot of panning on this record, especially like horse latitudes, if I recall correctly, on the stereo version. But it's just completely different, and this, like, while you lose that, this mix makes up for it by like punching you in the gut. It's so punchy and sharp and great. I really enjoy the mono mix, and yeah, this is gonna be a record where I'm gonna have the mono and the stereo. It's just a completely different experience. More Doors, LA Woman. If you don't recall, I did get a copy of this for $3 at a yard sale. And this is actually that cover, but my buddy Matthew at Yesterday's Trips, he got an upgrade copy, and he was like, "Do you want my other disc?" And I was like, "Absolutely." And this is a so much nicer disc than the one I had. The other one was like destroyed, and this one's in pretty dang good shape for this record. And I must say, this is like the best pressing of this album out there. The first pressing, or the second one with the non-windowed but the rounded corners. They use the same stampers. Unbelievable sound. Just sounds so phenomenal. This is just one of my favorite records of all time. Great stuff. This next one is a pretty cool one, but probably not going to stick around just because it doesn't sound great. This is Neil Young live on Sugar Mountain. Went into an antique store, and this was like $10. I was like, sure, looks cool. Definitely a bootleg on Young Records. This sounds pretty bad. It's an audience recording, quite obviously, someone who is probably not even that close to the stage. This was on the same tour, and like just slightly after the Live at Massey Hall concert, and 100% of the time I'm gonna put that disc on because it just sounds great, that pressing. But this, it's cool. It's like, I don't really own that many bootlegs, and it's pretty cool. It's cool to have, but just does not sound great at all. So probably won't be sticking around. This next one is another one that I'm not completely sold on yet. I thought it was pretty decent. This is Blue Cheer's Self-Titled. This is like the whole lineup's changed, and they've become a 4-piece, and they've gone soft, which is like, of all the bands you would have predicted to go soft, wouldn't have been Blue Cheer. They got very like commercial sort of rock. I believe Dickie Peterson is the only original member that's left on this record. This record definitely has its moments. There are some moments where like the fuzz guitar kicks in, and it's like, oh, that's great. But it's pretty spotty and hit or miss for me. It's a nice clean copy and it was a good price, so I said why not? I don't see it too often, so picked up on that. Cool stuff. This is another one that came with from Matthew. Sort of had to haggle over this one a little bit, but glad I got it. Hamul is how that's pronounced, and yeah, this is an original pressing on Lizard. This is a beater copy. It is really not in great shape, but, you know, despite it looking like pretty trashed, it actually plays great. It sounds really good too. This album has a lot of covers. There's only a couple original songs, but yeah, they do like Tobacco Road, Long Tall Sally, you know, stuff like that. But they're really creative covers, and it's really good hard rock. It's a lot it's better than you'd expect like a cover sort of record to be. It's really great stuff, and it's not totally a cover record. You know, there's originals on side one and side two, but yeah, this is one worth seeking out. This is great heavy psych, heavy blues type deal. Another good record that I picked up for a pretty good deal. Kevin Ayers, The Confessions of Dr. Dream and Other Stories. This is great. I love Kevin Ayers. This is probably his most accessible album out of all of them. So if you don't listen to Kevin Ayers, this is definitely one to start with. But this has an all-star lineup. You got Michael Giles from King Crimson playing drums on a lot of the tracks. And, of course, my favorite, Ollie Halsall, plays on this record. If I would recommend a track, I think Didn't Feel Lonely Till I Thought of You, that has Ollie Halsall, who's just like one of my favorite guitar players. I know I talk about him all the time now, but I keep finding records that he plays on. And yeah, when I took out this inner and I saw that he played on that track, I got so excited. He is just so ridiculous. Like, mind-blowing guitar player. Incredible stuff. But yeah, this is a great record. Came out on Island. It's a pretty nice copy. Yeah, don't see it around too often, but this one's not that expensive. This one is like 10 to 15 bucks, and really good stuff. Switching gears completely, now we're gonna move to the jazz, funk, soul type realm. We'll start out with this one. This was $2 at an antique store, and I just went, yeah, why not? It's a repress, but the Big Sound Gene Ammons All Stars. Picked it up because it's on Prestige and it has John Coltrane on it. So I said, why not? But this is pretty good. Just sort of straightforward jazz, you know, decent stuff. Pretty cool to hear John Coltrane play. I think this is like the first recording ever of him on an alto sax, according to the Wikipedia or whatever, which is pretty cool. But yeah, not the cleanest copy, but not bad at all. Plays through great, and $2 is basically free. Am I right? That's how I like to think of it. Oh, this next one is absolutely killer. Marlena Shaw, From the Depths of My Soul. I love this record. This record is just gorgeous. Incredible string arrangements on here, and just great, amazing songwriting. And it really comes from the depths of her soul. Did not know this record at all. It was in a record store, and it was $5, and I saw the cover, and I thought, oh, that looks good. And then I saw the blue note, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick that up. It's not overly expensive. It's like a $20 record, but this is a nice clean copy, and it's just gorgeous. It's just a gorgeous soul record. It gets a little funky too. It's like every other track. It's like kind of like a roller coaster of emotions, which is as it's described on the back too by the guy reading. Like, the first song you're crying, the second song is called Hum This Song, and you're literally like skipping around in a field, you know, but then you're like crying again by the next song. It's really a roller coaster, but in the best way possible, and it's a great reflection of kind of how life is in general. Got the blue note inner, which I've never seen, which is super sick. So yeah, this is if you're gonna listen to a record from this video, put this one on. Fantastic stuff. That's Marlena Shaw, From the Depths of My Soul. Next was another one in this record store that has some really good deals sometimes for like no reason. Just the guy who owns it, I think, or one of the people who priced the records owned a record store in the 90s. So they kind of just go off of that type of pricing deal. Uncle Jam Wants You by Funkadelic. This is a really nice copy, and it was super cheap. So I'm very happy with that. This is good funk, sort of in the disco-y more realm. I'd love to own everything by Funkadelic, because they're just such a great group. But yeah, this is like dancing music, you know. This album is fun. Lots of fun in here. Definitely makes you want to like get up and dance, you know. And I love this cover art. It's so good. So you got that, and on the inside of the gatefold, got this stuff. Really cool. Reminds me of the Eddie Hazel album cover. That's one I'm definitely looking out for. Eddie Hazel's the guy who does the Maggot Brain solo on the Funkadelic record, and it's a pretty, I think it's a pretty rare album to find, but yeah, this is great stuff. This is another just great artist. I always say pick up anything with his name on it. Roy Ayers, Ubiquity, Vibrations. This is a super minty copy of this. Another antique store pickup. But yeah, on Polydor. This album cover is like horrible, in my opinion. This is so weird. It's such a weird picture to choose. Just him laying on his vibraphone like that, but great funky stuff. It's always great funky stuff. And I think this one's towards the like $20-$30 range. You know, a little bit more on the expensive side for Roy Ayers. Like, he's got some records that are worth like $5, and then he's got some records that are worth like $100, you know. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, good stuff, good funk. This next one I was super excited about when I pulled this out. This came out of the $3 bin, which is pretty shocking. Bill Withers, Still Bill. And this is a nice copy. The disc is nice. The cover's a little beat up, but it's got this cool sort of opens like this type deal, you know. But yeah, I got some creasing on here and stuff, but I don't mind. The disc plays great. He's just a great soul artist. I'm sure everyone knows Ain't No Sunshine, you know, pretty popular. That's a great track. Lean On Me was used in a commercial or something. I was playing it and my brother was listening and he was like, I know this song. And I heard it and I was like, oh yeah, everyone knows this song. But yeah, he just wrote some like great music, great songwriter, and great soulful, a little bit funky at times type tunes if you're into that. But Still Bill by Bill Withers, definitely recommend that one. This next one is really, really cool. Saw this on eBay and it was just priced like so cheap, unbelievably cheap, especially for what it is, because this record came sealed. This is Chicken Lickin' by Funk Inc. Yeah, cracked the seal open on there, but still got the shrink wrap on. Incredible instrumental funk. I think Let's Make Peace and Stop the War has some vocals, but the rest of it's instrumental. Just so good. I've been so into this instrumental funk music for the past few weeks, for whatever reason. And yeah, this has a promo stamp up there. And yeah, sealed. It's just so crazy. And of course, the vinyl is mint because it was sealed. But yeah, got it in the mail. Saw the promo stamp and I kind of crossed my fingers that it was a white label promo sealed, but it was not. But still a near mint original, or a mint rather. It's only been played twice, you know, since ever. But they trying to get me is just this absolutely incredible guitar solo. Like, oh my god, it is so good. So funky. I mean, they're called Funky. Like, come on. They got like 5 records out, and they're all just so killer. I think the first one is one of the rarer ones. But this one in nice condition is quite hard to find, and this was sealed, so unbelievable. But yeah, the track to check out on this record is "They Trying to Get Me." Incredible guitar, like just oh my god, I've loved it so much. Really, really great stuff. So now we'll finally move into the Japanese Beatles pressings. This was such a cool, like, it's like Christmas came early, opening these up, because I wasn't exactly sure on a lot of the pressings. Like, I knew some of them were first pressings, I knew some of them were represses, but I had to kind of go off the picture. But yeah, there's a couple first pressings in here, which are pretty cool. But we'll just fly through a couple things real quick. Beatles featuring Tony Sheridan, Japanese press. Pretty cool. Don't know if that's going to stick around too much. There are actually a couple US presses that were shipped in this lot, including this copy of Double Fantasy by John Lennon and Yoko Ono, obviously. But this is a weird copy. So this is the side 2 label, is the John Lennon and Yoko Ono. Side 1 is Yellow Jackets by Tony LaPuma. Completely different record. It's on a different label. Like, and not this version is not listed on Discogs as anything. I haven't played it yet, but the Matrix matches the John Lennon record. But like, this is so weird. Weird stuff. And I'm definitely going to add that to Discogs when I get the chance. But yeah, just was kind of shocked to see that. Was very confused when I pulled that one out. But yeah, if anyone has any info on that, let me know. Just must have gotten mixed up in the stampers or something. If anyone has a copy, or has ever seen one, let me know. This is another sort of mystery record. The Beatles on string quartet. It's got the oboe and stuff, which is pretty cool. This is by the Farnaby String Quartet, and this is not on Discogs. It's like, I remember finding a pop psych thing that it had sold in the past, but I tried to look again, I couldn't find it. But yeah, I guess this is really rare. I don't know. Probably not that desirable if it's not even on Discogs, but definitely a cool record. It's interesting, and I really like the oboe and stuff. Or OBI, or whatever you're supposed to say. But yeah, very interesting. And then this is a US press of Beatles 6. And this is a really clean one. But it is a reissue on the Apple label. But yeah, very clean. But that's probably going to go up for sale. Because I don't care much for the Beatles US releases unless it's something really clean or really cool or like shrink wrap or something like that. I would definitely keep one of those, but yeah, I'm not really into a repress. But now we're moving into some of the cooler stuff, in my opinion. Beatles' second album, Japanese repress, but this is a Japanese press. A lot of these are missing the OBI and insert, but I mean, look at the back cover. It's pretty cool. Got the writing on it. And yeah, again, I don't care too much. This is like, a Beatles US release almost. But a Japanese press. Definitely a repress, but not too big of a fan of these US records. So probably am going to let go of this one. But the rest in here are keepers. Beatles 1967-1970. Man, I wish this had the oboe, but not too upset about anything because it's got all of the inserts and the inner sleeves, and it's in great shape, and I'm just really excited to have one of these. fully intended on not keeping this when I saw it in the lot, but it's so clean. It's got both of the booklets, which have these sort of Japanese, catalogs. This one's got like cool pictures and stuff, and it's all in Japanese, and it's got like all their discography and solo stuff in there. The other booklet is one that goes with like the record itself, so it's the same as the cover, but this is a big booklet, and it's just really cool. Like, you got all that Japanese writing and pictures of the band, and I wasn't intending on keeping it, but when I saw these booklets and all that stuff, I said, yeah, this has gotta stay. And I'm just such a Beatles fanatic. Like, it's they're always my number one listen to on Spotify and stuff. But yeah, I'm just such a huge Beatles fanatic, and this is just so cool to have. And then this one was so disappointing. This is one of the main reasons why I bought the lot, because I really wanted to replace. I have a German repress of this. So it's like a '69, and this is a 1967 pressing of A Hard Day's Night by the Beatles. But I love this alternate cover, and it's super cool Japanese back cover. Oh man, it's just so cool. And another one where I wish it had the Obi, but I put this on the turntable. It looks fine. It's on red wax too. It's so cool. But it's got a really nasty edge warp, and it won't play at all. And I was just so sad. I really wanted to replace my copy. So yeah, if you average out what I paid, including shipping for this lot, it averages out to like $5 each. Like, it's ridiculous. So I don't have too much invested in this one, so I'm just gonna take it to my local shop, who offers dewarping services, and see if they can do anything about it. Because if it destroys the disc, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't play anyways. But yeah, I was just like, when I pulled this out, like, for the first time looking at it, I was like so excited because of the red wax and all that stuff, and it's just so cool. And then I put it on the turntable, and it was like, kind of dampened my mood for the minute. But instead of playing that one, I put on this one, and wasn't gonna keep this one either, and then just decided I had to. This is with the Beatles, and it's got the OBI, and it's got the insert, and I was like, man, now I gotta keep it, I have a first UK stereo, but it's a beater copy, and this is much cleaner. These are the 76 pressings. This one and the next one I'm gonna show, but yeah, it's got these sweet photos, sweet color photos. This picture with all their signatures on it, and yeah, the more info on with the Beatles, and it's got the second half of the booklet here. But yeah, this is just so good, and this pressing sounds so good, and then it's just so cool. I said in one of my videos that With the Beatles was my least favorite Beatles record, and I can't even pick a least favorite because they're all good. Like, I really like this record. Maybe not as much as other Beatles records, but yeah, just super thrilled. Super clean copies of these Japanese pressings. It's got a little mark, but it's surface stuff. Sounds great. Really was digging this one when I put it on. This next one was another one that I saw and I was very excited about. Unfortunately, not a first pressing. It's the same 76 sort of issue, but this is a Japanese pressing of Abbey Road. This sounds incredible. Like, oh my god, this sounded so good. And this is another one that I fully intended on selling, but I just put it on and I was like, I just can't let go of these. Really cool. This one doesn't have the insert or the OBI, but I don't really mind. I was just so thrilled with these. And it's super clean again. Just like a mint copy. Incredible. And just the fact that I got these for like $5 each. Unbelievable. But yeah, this is definitely one of the cooler ones. And then in my opinion, the coolest record from this Japanese lot. This is Let It Be, and this is an original Japanese pressing. And this sounded so good. Like, this is phenomenal. And there's people in the Discogs reviews that say this is the best sounding version of the record out there. And I could totally see that. Incredible. Sounded so good. And this one has a few marks, but don't mind at all. You know, nothing deep or serious or anything. It just sounds phenomenal. And I love this album. You know, the Get Back documentaries like really made me just fall in love with this record. But yeah, unfortunately no insert or anything, but it does have the black inner sleeve that it came with that I don't feel like pulling out right now. But yeah, really cool gatefold thick cardboard on here. Yeah, really wish I could find the Obi, and maybe I'll peruse around the internet and see if there's a copy with a trash disc that has the Obi in the insert, you know. But yeah. I knew this was a first pressing based off the picture because of this, how this is up in the corner and stuff. But couldn't tell if it was the red vinyl first pressing or the black vinyl, and it's the black. But unbelievable sound on this. Incredible. And then, to top it all off, there's a couple singles came with it. This is an original 1965 of Rock and Roll Music, I think is what this one's called. Pretty cool. It's a 33 RPM 7-inch EP. It's in decent shape, and just really cool. And then this one is another just super cool one. This is Act Naturally, Yesterday. This one is really clean, and super happy to own this. It actually comes, it's not really a picture sleeve. It actually comes with, it's just like sort of an insert thing, but it's got the lyrics in Japanese and in English. So really, really cool. This is a repress of this single, but can't complain. I just think it's really cool. And this one's another repress, but again, really cool. Picture sleeve. Let It Be. You know my name, look up the number. Second pressing, but got that Japanese text down there. Really cool. So hopefully I didn't, oh gosh, this video's long. Didn't ramble too much. I'll try to consolidate this video a little bit. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Check out channel memberships if you're into that sort of thing. And I'll see you next time.